Why are divorce rates in Europe skyrocketing? This question has been echoing through the halls of academia, reverberating in counseling offices, and fueling countless debates in recent years. It's a question that demands our attention as we watch the tide of marital dissolution rise relentlessly across the continent. Data from the last decade paints a disconcerting picture. Countries like Spain, Portugal, and Luxembourg are witnessing divorce rates that are reaching unprecedented levels. In the United Kingdom, 1 in every 2 marriages now ends in divorce, a statistic that once seemed unthinkable. The landscape of love and commitment in Europe has been reshaped, and these shifts are leaving deep imprints on our societies, our economies, and our collective psyche. But what's driving this surge? Is it societal pressure, changing gender roles, or something else entirely? As we delve deeper into this phenomenon, we'll attempt to uncover the causes and effects of these surging divorce rates. Unraveling the reasons behind this surge, we find a myriad of factors at play. Primarily, societal changes have had a significant impact. Over the past few decades, the traditional view of marriage has evolved dramatically. It's no longer seen as a lifelong commitment, but rather a contract that can be dissolved if it ceases to bring happiness or fulfillment. Then there are the shifting perceptions of marriage. Today, many individuals have come to prefer personal freedom and independence over the institution of marriage. This shift is partly due to generational changes, with younger generations prioritizing personal growth, career advancement, and individual happiness over familial obligations. Financial stresses too have played their role. With the cost of living on a steady rise, financial conflicts have become one of the most common causes of marital discord. When money becomes a constant source of tension, it can erode the bonds of even the strongest relationships. Lastly, we must mention the rise of individualism. In today's society, personal goals and self-fulfillment are often prioritized over collective family needs. As a result, when individual desires clash with marital obligations, it often leads to conflict and, in many cases, separation. Let's not forget the role of societal pressure. The stigma around divorce has significantly diminished in recent years. While this is undoubtedly a positive development in terms of personal freedom, it has also made the decision to part ways easier. Moreover, advancements in divorce laws have made the process less arduous and more accessible. The introduction of no-fault divorce, allowing a couple to split without proving wrongdoing, has also contributed to the rise in divorce rates. These factors, among others, have led to a seismic shift in the landscape of marriage, resulting in the current state of affairs. The question now is, how do we navigate these choppy waters? One potential solution may lie in the East, where divorce rates are considerably lower, but that's a topic for our next scene. Stay tuned. The effects of these rising divorce rates extend far beyond the couples involved. As the tide of divorce surges, the ripple effects wash over society, leaving indelible marks. At the individual level, the emotional impact can be profound. Children especially find themselves adrift in the tumultuous sea of divorce. Their world, once secure and predictable, becomes a storm of uncertainty. Their parents, the anchors in their lives, seem to be pulling in opposite directions. It's not uncommon for children to blame themselves, internalizing the pain and conflict. This emotional burden often follows them into adulthood, affecting their relationships and their own approach to marriage. Adults are not immune either. The dissolution of a marriage can lead to feelings of failure, loneliness, and depression. It can shatter one's trust in love and commitment, making it difficult to form new relationships. The financial implications of divorce are also significant. The process itself can be costly, often leading to financial strain. After a divorce, individuals may find themselves grappling with reduced income or increased expenses. This can result in a lower standard of living and, in some cases, plunge individuals into poverty. On a societal level, the high divorce rates contribute to an increasingly fragmented society. The traditional family structure, once the bedrock of society, is being chipped away. This can lead to a lack of stability and security, both for individuals and for society as a whole. Moreover, the ripple effects extend to public services. Higher divorce rates mean more demand for social services, from mental health support to financial assistance. This places additional strain on already stretched resources. The rising divorce rates also have implications for the workforce. The emotional and financial stress can negatively impact productivity and engagement at work. employers may find themselves dealing with increased absenteeism, lower morale, and higher turnover rates. The aftermath of these divorces is far-reaching, touching every aspect of society. The ripple effects of divorce are not confined to the individuals involved. They spread outwards, affecting families, communities, and society as a whole. And as the tide of divorce continues to rise, these ripples become waves reshaping the landscape of our society. While divorce rates are climbing in Europe, they remain relatively low in Asian countries. Why is this? A deep dive into the cultural differences between these two regions provides us with some answers. In many Asian societies, the idea of family unity is deeply embedded. Marriage is often viewed not just as a union between two individuals, but as a bond between two families. This perspective can lead to a stronger emphasis on preserving the marriage, even in difficult times. Moreover, societal pressure plays a significant role. Divorce can carry a stigma, and the fear of societal judgment can act as a deterrent. These factors combine to create an environment where divorce is less common. That said, it's important to note that such norms can also lead to individuals feeling trapped in unhappy marriages. While we should not idealize these cultural norms, they do provide a different perspective on marriage. The rise of feminism has undeniably reshaped societal norms, but how has it influenced divorce rates? Well, feminism has empowered women to assert their rights, needs, and desires more than ever before. This empowerment has meant that women are no longer confined to roles that society once deemed appropriate. They are now more independent, financially stable, and can make decisions about their lives without being overly reliant on their partners. This shift has had a significant impact on divorce rates. Today, many women have the ability to leave unhappy marriages. They do not need to stay in a relationship that does not fulfill them, or worse, one that is abusive. They have the power to choose their happiness and well-being over societal expectations. The feminist movement has undeniably played a role in this shift, empowering individuals to prioritize their happiness and well-being. This prioritization is not a negative development, but a sign of progress towards a more equal and just society.